Are you tired of feeling powerless against a system designed to bring answers, truth, and justice when it comes to protective services? Then it's time to shatter them and to the number one CPS podcast that speaks the harsh truth. Tiff and the Punisher. We're here to expose what they don't want you to know, to give a voice to the voiceless, and to empower you with the information you need to fight back. Join us live Monday through Friday at 7:45 p.m. Eastern on YouTube.com/at Abolish CPS. Every Thursday, we bring in a special guest host, the one and only Angry Citizen, to dive even deeper into the issues that matter most. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. We're creating a new wave, a community demanding accountability and transparency from CPS. But we don't just talk about the problems, we offer solutions. Introducing the CPS Punisher app, the educator they didn't want you to find. Available at www.thecpspunisher.com. This revolutionary tool is a must-have for anyone involved with CPS cases. It helps you track and analyze every detail, giving you the upper hand and the knowledge to navigate this complex system. Don't walk into your next CPS interaction unprepared. Arm yourself with the truth, arm yourself with knowledge, and arm yourself with the CPS Punisher. Join the fight, get informed, and become part of the new wave. Tiff and the Punisher, the truth they can't silence. Tune in tonight.
Yeah. Kenton Hall of Shame. CPS came and tore families apart. But not today. Victims. It's time. Right. In the black cars, badges on their chest. Take your kids in the middle of the night. Say it's for the best. Twist the words, build a case, fabricate the rest. Paperwork lies while your babies cry. Put them through the test. Kenton Hall of Shame. Put your name on the wall. Every broken home, every shattered core. Hiding behind protected serve, but we know the truth. You destroy more lives than the damage you remove. How many families torn? How many hearts destroyed? How many children lost in a system you employ? CPS Punisher coming, time to settle the score. Take the step, stand the fuck up. Kenton Hall of Shame, we're kicking down the door. No more silence, no more fear, no more days. Victims rise together, break the system, feel the pain. Take the step, stand the fuck up right now. Right now. crumbling. Victims, stand the fuck up,
Whoo, boy. All right. I mean, there ain't no other way to say this, but Mr. Justin Nicely and Mr. James Markland, come on out here and join me. Stand the fuck up.
Stand up. Love it.
What'd you think of that one?
Oh man, you want to talk about lighting fires under asses? There you go.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
that was
it.
oh, my dude back.
Oh, we're gonna go bloop, bloop, bloop.
Chills.
Yeah, you're breaking up on us again, Jay, brother.
Man, I love that. You guys posted.
Just
Justin's in here.
Oh, you got Justin?
Did he come in? Well, Justin, what's been going on, my man?
Brother, we have been blowing up Canton all across, man. We have lit that spark that's going to hopefully set fire across the entire nation for everybody else to jump on board and join the exact same movement. And again, it's not another law, it's not another piece of legislation, it's not a group, it's none of that. It's a movement, it's an idea, and you're not going to be able to kill it. It's hashtag stand up, and we're spreading it all across the state, all across the country.
Hashtag stand
We all
up.
know, yep, Ohio has been deemed the #1 trafficking hub in the nation. And with that being said, this Papa Bear right here cannot stand idle and let that be. With that being said, we have to lead by example here in the state of Ohio. We have to set the ball. Exactly what we've been doing. We've been bringing out the Parents' Bible and version of the United States Supreme Court rulings, Ohio codes and statutes that have been put into play that people have full access to, that they don't have to pay a single penny for. And it's a matter of you pay it forward. The information that we give you in the Parents' Bible right there with this QR code that everybody sees on the screen right now, we encourage you to share that with the masses all throughout the state. And the goal and idea is we're going to get this shepherdized as well for all other 49 states throughout the entire country. But in that right there, is something everyone right now currently can use in order to be able to get proactive to figure out and know how to fight back. And that is the whole goal, is to not make the same bullcrap mistakes and perpetuate this cycle that we've been living for God knows how long. How many decades do we got to keep sitting there repetitively doing the same damn things
Right.
over and over and over again that does not work?
It's like it goes in an election cycle, right? So every 2 years you get a new group of people that think that they're going to reinvent the wheel. But we that have been here for a while know that you can't do this again. Like you see the resurfacing of the QR, or not QR code, but the SESTA-Q trust. These people are trying to do this again. Like we did that 4 years ago. I mean, like stop trying to bring this stuff back. What about the bonds and the this and that and all that stuff? Sure, man, there is some sort of something to it, but is that really? You know what I mean? Like, come on, we don't need to waste our time on that because you know why? We know it doesn't work. It's either not working because they haven't.
We've got 460,000 missing children currently right now. All the shit that's been going on the past 4 decades. I ask everybody this one simple question: has it gotten better, or has it gotten worse? And where the hell are all these babies at? Have it been brought home?
That's not a trajectory of numbers that have gone through time. That's a year. A year. So they keep moving and moving and moving. And, like, I don't know. I've come up, I don't know what this year's numbers are. I haven't done the reunification number for real. But when we did it for 2023, I believe, it was 12% was the reunification rate. Of course, they walk around, they tout that it's 50% in this. But it's real simple. You just take their math and divide by this number, and you'll get the real number. So the reunification rate was really low. I don't know what it is now, but where, like you say, where do these kids go? Where do they end up? What's happening to them? I mean, we just saw a video on the Tip of Punisher show the other day that showed that there was 900 kids in a DHS office that they were selling their organs. Did you guys see that video?
The problem is that nobody wants to believe it. The truth is right there in front of them.
They're losing them. They moved my kids out of a foster family. of a foster home in a county into another county where they ended up getting abused, and the county moved them out of. They have like what they call a NIAP center and a journey home, the foster agency that handles them children. The CPS agency here didn't notify that agency that my children had been moved.
Jesus Christ.
Great case plan management. And again, perpetuating the cycles is what we're going to be ending. And that's the whole goal and mission and prerogative and idea. And that's why we created #StandUp. And
yeah,
if
that's
anything,
right on the bottom of the
can
screen,
do it.
guys.
Yep. Stand up.
Darren, there's
no reason why we need to
stand up, buddy.
Okay, no space. All right, let me take that out of there.
Yeah,
it's just hashtag stand up. One word.
Yep. One word, stand up, all capital letters, because that's how important it is, and everybody needs to learn how to do it, y'all. And if we don't do it right here, right now, then everybody might as well throw in the towel, get your bunkers made, and get ready for war, because currently, right now, that's what we're in. And the only way this changes, we have to get on the offensive. And that's what the Parents' Bible is for. It is to trump them up on their bullshit game. We know their playbook. It's not a question of trying to come out with the evidence anymore. We don't need to do that anymore. We don't need to come out with testimonials anymore. We already know that what the hell they've done to everybody, countless people, millions all across the country, and what they're doing to these kids and the cause and effect of it. And generationally, how it has become an epidemic across the board on almost everything that we're facing across, as far as in epidemic proportions. Housing, job security, mental health, incarceration rates, drug use. You know,
we don't need any more. My caseworker lied. They're corrupt. They stole my this. I've got, you know what I mean? Like we know. We're aware. And it's not that
at this point, it's a no shit.
Right.
No
it's
shit.
not anybody. No one's not sympathetic towards it. It's just like, we got this. This, you know, like we know this is very well documented. We've got all this stuff. So let's.
So the question is now that we're bringing to the table, that we're asking everybody, and this is what we're doing. We're hitting it front line. When we say that we're 10 toes deep on this thing and we are not backing down, we're going to be those bastards that ask the right questions, the logical questions, that uncomfortable ones that a lot of people don't want to answer, calling out a lot of shit that we're seeing all throughout the nation, that we're ending it. And that question is now, what are y'all going to fucking do about it? We know that they're kidnapping these kids with no legal recourse. We know that these courts and the family courts in Title 4D, 4E are completely fucking irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. They have no relevance or even judicial authority to be monitoring on and making decisions over us and our children and our families. We know that there's a coalition between HHS, child support, the family courts, the judges, the magistrates, the guardian ad litems, and these fucking law enforcement officers that love to enforce policy rather than our actual constitutional rights and freedoms. We know that they're kidnapping and trafficking these children and shoving them into homes and saying, you know, quantity over the quality, and, you know, trying to get that year in per capita and those bonus checks that they're receiving and putting them into private LLCs. We know that they're, you know, kidnapping, trafficking, abusing, raping, murdering these babies, and even going as far as now eating and harvesting them. Yes, people, this is all the truth. It's not a conspiracy theory anymore, and we don't need to spend another ounce of fucking energy trying to sit there and show this and teach this to the masses. What we need to sit there and start doing is, again, getting off your ass and standing up and doing something about it. That's why #StandUp is not the societal nods of approval. That's why what we're doing is outside the box thinking and doing the right thing, as far as not repeatedly being on what we're telling everybody, that burning carousel. We're here to kick your asses off of that thing, WCW style. We don't give a damn how uncomfortable you are in this, because the more uncomfortable you are, that means they're doing something right.
Right. The more itch you
So
put on
it's time to get out of our comfort zones. It's time to stop repeatedly doing the same stupid shit. How many times have we been out there doing these nationwide protests, and how many babies did it bring home? Darren, did you have a counter? I didn't get any. I didn't see none in that shit.
Very many.
Yeah. How many kids got brought home on these bullshit congressional hearings that certain advocates want to talk about doing and hosting over in Washington D.C. You know, that they got their little cash apps and their Zells and their GoFundmes and shit for themselves. And how
Yeah,
many
how many
how many, how
parents?
many babies are coming home with these
Right.
congressional hearings that are
How many parents?
bullshit?
How many parents spent their life savings to go to Washington D.C. with some of these fake advocates, these favadvocates,
Yeah,
advocates?
these snaps,
Right? Yeah. Yep. The ones
these
that
snaps.
like blind leading the blinder. It's blind leading the hopeless, and that's wrong, man. That is so wrong that they're doing that. They're all doing this for their own intentions, for their own glamour, their own front row. They're all of these advocates out there that are not in this for their heart and for. Now listen, here's what I will say this. I don't care if someone charges somebody something for what they're doing with them, as long as they're doing the work and you're aware of that when you got into it. But when you're paying somebody to give you information that's free and that should be handed out to people anyway, or you're not spending time on anything, it's just this bullshit, pay to get this or whatever, that's wrong, man. That is completely wrong. You
Yeah,
pay
pay my bills so I
right.
can go out here and keep spreading more misinformation that is causing a massive cause and effect all across the country.
Right.
Like bullshit notices of service, and they know who I'm talking about. And if
Mm-hmm.
they feel offended, and anyone out there that feels offended by what I'm saying, call me a liar.
Yeah, here we go. How about
No,
this? We'll do something even better than that. For anybody out there that's listening to what we're saying and you want to come in on the contrary and say that call any of us out, one of us three out, that we're liars about any of this stuff that we're talking about, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put here's the link right here.
Open debate for anybody, anytime, any day, to sit there and answer very valid and legitimate questions that
Yeah,
I
I gotta actually.
personally, as a state advocate here in the state of Ohio, I've dealt with every one of them, people. I've dealt with every single one of them that you all see on your TikToks and your live streams and your Facebooks all across the country, doing all of these things and all these videos. You see them fighting the good fight.
Hey, let me. I gotta put this up real quick. This is just a quick thing, guys. I'm seeing a lot of this, but check this out. This is. I gotta play this.
This is not a test. This is the emergency broadcast system. Please stay tuned for the following message and instructions. This is not a test.
DeKalb County Police are asking for the public's help finding a man who disappeared earlier this week. Albert Waugh, who also answers to the name Alex, was last seen on Tuesday afternoon walking away from South Stone Mountain Road. He was last spotted on a surveillance camera on Wellborn Road. Waugh has autism and extremely limited verbal skills. Since then, police have been searching for him using drones, the police helicopter, canvassing the neighborhood, and more. He was last seen wearing a light brown t-shirt, black shorts, and was carrying a black backpack. He is 5'7" and approximately 140 pounds. He walks with a slight drag to his right foot and may shuffle in place while standing. Anyone who sees him should call 911 or the DeKalb County Police Special Victims Unit at 770-724-7710.
So that's Alex. That's our girl Danielle that does the shows here. That's her son. This isn't 2 weeks anymore, guys. This has been over. It's a month. I think it's a month, if not a little over a month. I'm just trying to get him out of here. He's been for that. And I see a lot of you guys are out there. Pray for Alex. So I just wanted to put that up there. So if you guys get this and you can share that, that would be great.
And that was out of Georgia.
Yeah, there's another one. He's missing. No, listen, no, nobody's looking for him. Nobody, no missing persons report. No, nothing, dude. Nothing until we started airing this stuff and we started getting some ground for it. But they weren't doing a damn thing for that boy. The first couple of weeks.
Let's go ahead and get in touch with some gladiators out there in the Georgia area to get it on the wire and start spreading that like wildfire. And that's how, again, right there, that's how we make a difference. Since We can't depend on, we can't depend on, the media anymore. We all know this. Corporate media going to sit there and report the news as far as the things that are relative to those that are being affected out here, we the people. They're on propaganda. They're on bullshit ass agendas. Yeah, and this is the things that we're talking about is how the derelict of duty all across the place has shown us time and time again, repeatedly. Why the hell are we going to these people? Why are we going to our state representatives, our Congress, and our Senate, asking them to sit there and put in legislation that they're just going to fucking ignore later on down the road? Why do we keep going to a law enforcement that's not willing to sit there and actually follow the law? They don't follow the law. They follow fucking policies. Why are we going out here, and protesting and screaming on the side, of roadsides and waving signs and screaming and yelling, trying to bring awareness to something that everybody's already aware? It's just that nobody wants to do a damn thing about it. It's time to grow some balls, everybody. It's time. It's time to be pissed off. It's time to get off our ass and get enraged.
It has been time to be pissed off for quite some time, dude.
Quite some time.
Here's the thing. Look at this. Mr. Harley's in the house with us. I don't know where James just went to. But, it's like this, man. This is only true Amber Alert that you would even get. The Amber Alert is weaponized by them as well.
Amen.
This is what goes on with it. The only way you're getting an Amber Alert on a child is if you go and steal him back from CPS yourself and it's your kid. That's the only way you're getting an Amber Alert on a kid. That's it. Well, they're not giving anybody an Amber Alert if they just got their kid kidnapped or whatever. They're just they're just getting an Amber Alert. If you went and tried to get your own kid back from CPS, then that's it.
Well, we got a lot of things cracking off, brother. What's up, Justin?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. Sorry, Justin.
We got Jay in the house as well. This is your Ohio crew, a part of it, and there's many other constituents going on all throughout the, the heart of the nation. Everybody knows that, again, fairly recently, we have been deemed the #1 trafficking hub in the country. So basically, that makes us the #1 trafficking hub in the entire world. And with that being said, it's time for us to raise the bar all across the nation and light that spark that sets fire to it. And we got to lead by example. So we're putting together massive movements. And again, the idea is a mass empowerment. We're waiving these people their qualified immunity right there at the door with notices of services to be able to put on hand. That's why this QR code is very important. And we're not asking you guys for money. We're asking you all for action, people. There's a big difference. We're not asking for a single penny. Sorry about that. The universal message we're going to be getting out tonight, that we want to get out tonight, is all those out here claiming to be in this fight. All those that you see, like we were talking about, those that are out here that you see on the, the Facebook lives, and you see them serving all these people. Oh, they're doing all of this. Oh, we're collecting affidavits. Oh, we got testimony. Well, what the fuck are you going to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you don't have a foundation base of success your damn self with your own personal case to offer anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Testimony. Where did everybody's 5-minute testimonials and all their timelines that they together go? When we were asking for that a year ago, when everybody together, put your timeline together, you know what I'm saying? What happened? What did everybody just use them as toilet paper? I mean, what are we doing here?
Oh, I love the advocates, dude.
Statistical data.
Yeah. Oh no, that's what they're saying. You know what I mean? That's great. Statistical data for what? The playbook we already fucking know like the back of our hands. What are we gonna do about it? Especially when they're stonewalling the information that's being collected. Oh, they're stonewalling the information being collected here.
Yeah, where's the machine? Where are they dumping all that stuff into?
Exactly. Everybody can sit there and go on to, a Daphne algorithm.
These groups out there right now, we've seen zero record of what they've done by taking everybody's paperwork. If anything, how do you know that they're not DHS workers that are sitting there making you rat on yourself? How do you?
And how many times have we seen it that these people will get butt hurt when they're getting called out on the bullshit and being asked legitimate questions, that they not use that very testimony, that is the very paperwork, your very case against you, and try to flip the narrative just like the system does? And how many times have you reached out for help from these people that you see all across the country claiming to be fighting? You know, they're claiming to be frontline gladiators and all this shit. You know, they put themselves in that position, y'all. I mean, they got a following, almost 80, 90, 100,000 fucking people. Hey, yeah, I'm doing this big movement. But yet, you ain't even got a success in your own case. So what are you going to lead people to do? Sell themselves? And then for the low, low price of, you know, $9.99, we'll give you all the information of all these corrupt-ass people, you know, or $99 a year. Does that sound familiar? The pay-to-play scheme. Here's a link. Here, you know. Here's my Cash App. Here's my Zelle. Here's my Venmo, and I'll help you that way. Oh, and by the way, I don't have any, you know, personal success myself to sit there and offer you, but here, I'll be able to help you.
Yeah. Hey, what do you got going on? You said you got something going on this month, right? You got
Oh, yes,
big going
sir.
on?
May 25th, we are doing a statewide call out. Yes, sir. It's at 1289 Edison Street, and that's in Northeast Hartville, Ohio. May 25th, Memorial Day Monday. We will be out there, Northeast corner. Look for the flags. It is an all-state call-out. We have several constituents from all across the state showing up. We got Justin Harley right here with the Ohio Justice Wall of Shame, and speaking about the aspects of the parental alienation that's been going on and ways to be able to beat that. We got Jay right here, another success story, who's been massive as far as being able to make this, everything that we've been doing, more easily digitally digestible for others to be able to get a hold of and spread the information easier, and also to be able to talk about what his personal experience and the best way to be going is pro se. We have Cynthia Brown showing up out there to speak on behalf of the constituents of the Ohio Coalition for Ending Qualified Immunity, which is a huge domino that needs to fall all across the country, because that is their biggest
good news regarding that area.
Yes, I mean, that's the biggest uno reverse that you know that the system loves to play against us, is, oh, well, they were acting in the course of their duties and responsibilities, so therefore can't be held accountable and liable for their bullshit behavior. Granted, it broke every single foundational right and freedom that you had. Well, we're pushing hardcore to waive that immediately, which is why the Parents' Bible, what we're putting out there, again, no charge. As a matter of fact, we're encouraging you a pay it forward program. Take this QR code and pass it out like Halloween candy. And there's no charge for that. You will never see us sit there and say, hey, by the way, for the low, low price of, no. The idea is a massive movement across the nation to hashtag stand up. Well, how are you going to do that? First of all, we all got to grow some balls. No more being afraid. We know we're going to get retaliated against, guys. We know they're going to stalk our platforms and try to flag us and silence us and shut us down and shadow ban us. We know they're going to set up surveillance against us. We know they're going to conspire to try to press bullshit charges against us, guys. You know what? We call that bond money. Let's do this shit. Because
blow you up.
when you're riding on the pedestal of truth and transparency, accountability, and we're asking the right questions that need to be asked all across the country with every single case, the legitimate investigative questions that everybody should be asking. We're putting it on Front Street. If you're not able to do that, then you're not ready to fight. All of you out there, you're going to be able to reap the benefits and fruits of your labors, and that's what your plan and goal is coming into this, you're already fucking losing. We don't want you no more. We don't need you no more. All you're doing is perpetuate the cycle, and that's what we're doing out here. The cycle breakers. That's who we're looking for. Those that come in, the first words ain't, oh, I do this and this. No, we weren't looking for people. The first words out of their mouth is, what can I do to fucking help? Those are the gladiators that we need right now, these kids and these families. our mindset is, fuck the parents. What about these children?
That's it right there,
Because in
100%.
the long run, they're the ones that are getting the. Yep. May 25th,
That's
we
a
will
fact,
be out
Jack,
in
right
Hartford
there.
Flea Market. 7 a.m. 7. We're going to be holding mass event. We even have Brad Fultz, a 3-time combat veteran, Purple Heart recipient, United States, going to be speaking on behalf of. We're trying to get in touch. We haven't had full commitment yet, but we're trying. Elizabeth McNeese out there. She is an absolute frontline gladiator and putting it to the state reps on their bullshit when it comes to SB 174 out here in Ohio. And if people, we know our call out as advocates, as you know, parents that are in desperate need of the word getting out here. We need your help here in Ohio with S74 to get the word out on how detrimental and dangerous this. If we're screwed, there's no other way to fucking put it. So we need the word out there. SB 174. Here, I'm going to give you a real quick basic breakdown. Yeah, basic layman's breakdown of this is, if this bill gets passed, this is your parental rights or responsibility, to where the courts, the guardians, the lawyers, the system, and everything else, these judges have more jurisdiction and dictation over.
And that's just one of the many issues wrong with it.
What is in the best interest of your children than you do as a parent. If you
That's just one of many issues.
You don't want your child going to public school, you decide to homeschool, and the court decides that we don't, on a fucking power trip, decides that they're not liking that idea. Boom, your kid's going to be taken from you, vaccinated, or getting stuck with certain. And you just, these doctors make phone calls, and with this bill, your child is gone. Rights, responsibility only. Yes, we have a responsibility to protect our golden ticket's been written all the 2022.
Tell them who wrote the bill.
Get up there.
I said, tell them who wrote the bill.
That wonderful state, the state rep who has, connections to the L. Wexner Foundation. Okay, now if anybody wants to know foundational principle, it was started and created in an algorithm study using Project Algorithm Daphne 2020, according to COVID lockdowns, people. And his algorithm was focused on to be, quote, unquote, I'm not kidding when I say this, as least as racist as humanly possible, already setting up a preemptive bias for the study, the case plan study. And they targeted, get this, all the children of HHS, people. If you were involved with HHS in any single way, shape, or form, that includes through child care, food stamps, cash assistance, housing assistance, medical.
Medicaid.
Yes, you had Medicaid through these people. Your children involuntarily were involved in this case study. And it was funded by none other than the Abigail Wexner Foundation, connected to none other than Les Wexner, one of 7 who were deposed for the Epstein.
More of that SB 174. It was like drafted like 20 years ago by judges and lawyers, and that's why that's who's supporting it right now is the Bar Association. Lawyers 100%. And judges have no business in the legislative branch writing law. They need to stay in the
I thought they were part of the judicial, weren't they?
Yes, you think.
I mean, but you think that law enforcement were part of the executive, but yet we're not seeing our sheriff's department step up for shit, are we?
No, we're not. That's very disappointing.
And that's what we're pushing. It's time to sit there. If you're going to take these children, be criminal charges connected with it. It goes to a criminal court where there's going to be a jury, where you have to have evidence and legitimate, exigent circumstance and legitimate factual complaint in order to take these children out of their homes. No more dependency. No more, oh, well, we got a phone call. No more of any of that.
Now, one
And
more
it's going to
point
be a
with
lot easier.
SB 174. There's one more point with SB 174. There was already laws being presented to help reform parental rights and child custody that was actually good, and this bill was presented in retaliation and a counterattack to what was already being presented.
Yep. And that's what we're tired of. And here's another icing on the cake. If anybody hasn't been aware of what's going on here in the state of Ohio, 48 hours ago, our Attorney General announced his resignation. Our own state Attorney General, David Yost, announced his resignation. Now, he's claiming so he can sit there and get this, focus his efforts and time more on children and families and these children. Okay, the same guy who has campaign funding through Les Wexner, the same guy who's involved in the largest energy scandal in our state's history, the same guy who has been 100% derelict in his duty as the Attorney General to actually investigate the real fraud and the real trafficking for profit that's taking place all across our state, to where we're federally deemed as the #1 hub in the nation for it due to our intricate highway systems. Where was he for that shit? And now what it is that he ain't resigning to sit there and step down gracefully. He's resigning because he's turning Forrest Gump into this son of a bitch, and he's running from accountability. And we ain't letting that happen. We're coming full-fledged for it.
So I hope that answers your question, Darren, about what is SB 174, because there's a lot to it. And
yeah, it sounds like a bunch of shit.
Up in 5 points.
It sounds like a no is what you pretty much need to be the answer to that is, right?
100%.
Yeah.
And the word got to get out there again, especially for the state of Ohio. There's nothing positive that can come from this bill. If this bill passes,
other states are watching this too. We're getting support from Mark Ludwig and Robert Garza to stop this bill.
That's the powerhouse right there.
They sure are. They sure are. Those two right there are the powerhouses. Unlike certain other advocates that, I'll put it like this. What's so crazy is that the conversation I just had. Yeah, 48 hours ago, I just had a conversation with one of them. And again, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to give them what they crave so much. And that's an ounce of it. I'm not even going to mention them by name. They all know who they are. But my conversation with that one 48 hours ago was telling her, in quote, that you have put yourself on the map. You have put yourself in this. You have put yourself on the front line in this. And the process of doing that has caused a shit ton of damage all across the country because you spread misinformation. You gave people something, a pipe dream, that they were ignorant, they were hopeful that you knew what you were talking about and what you were doing of, that waited until your ass collected money, collected your clout, did to do, had us face users, and then you hauled ass. Only to what you gave us was nothing but a line of bullshit. And we're being laughed at by those with Esquire at the end of their fucking names that knew better. With all these councils that we're approaching all across the fucking state around here. So, to that advocate, we got questions about that you still to this day have not directly answered. Simple questions. You didn't answer not one. And you left Ohio high and fucking dry. But don't worry, we cleaned up the mess. And I can promise you, they're going to be taking us a hell of a lot more serious now. But that invite is out there to everybody, the universal message to you all. If you see these people that are saying that, We're frontline warriors in this. So we got information about CPS and the family courts, but then they attach their Venmo to it. If they're attaching their Cash App, they're attaching their Zelle. Don't give these
Yeah,
people a
before they even
fucking
get the
penny.
words out of their mouth.
Yeah. Don't give these people a penny.
Right,
Don't
if they
give
say
these people a fucking penny.
my name is money sign, or my name is whatever, you know what I mean? Like if they're leading that with the hashtag or something like that, you know, get rid of them.
We are telling the whole masses out here, anybody that is trying to sit there and ask you for money for a low price of $9.99 per month. If you've heard that one, if you've been sent a pay to play link, if you've seen it, if you see these little videos about how, oh, we're fighting for you, collecting affidavits, but oh, by the way, I need someone to pay my fucking bills for me. Here's my Cash App link. Do not give these people a penny. Go ahead and follow them. Go ahead and listen to the messages on their platforms. By all means.
We're all out here doing footwork. We got bills to pay. We're all out here doing footwork. We're putting our time in. We're putting our effort in. We're out buying ink for our printers. We're out buying paper. We're out going to the library, print out documents for everybody. And we ain't asked nobody a penny.
And I'll let it be known, the reason why I'm saying this is me personally. I have hosted these people personally through this state to make sure they go through unscathed. I personally took my time, money, and resources and my constituents to make sure that they had eyes and ears on them all throughout the state. I personally have talked one-on-one with every single one of these people you see in the limelight, only to come to find out every single one of them are clout chasers. Every single one of them are exploiting trafficking victims. Every single one of them, people, I'm going to let you know the truth. They are frauds exploiting victims. If they ask you for a penny, they are not in this fight for the right reason. Don't give them any money.
There we go. How's that? There's one of them.
Nah.
There she is.
The queen.
Yep.
Look at that. That's
Put
class.
her on the internet.
Put them on the internet.
Yeah, that's the queen right there.
Wait till we have that. Wait till we have that recording ready.
Yes, tomorrow we will be hitting a actual recording studio. We're going to be working with the mastermind of masterminds when it comes to this. We are putting our Afro Man remake out there.
I've spent this whole track. Listen, I don't have a share link. I've tried this whole time to find out how to share this to other platforms. Okay, I've tried on my phone. I've tried here. I need to, because usually I get a lot of people watching if I can get a share, because I'll share this thing 100 times in platform related, because you got mechanics out there that have missing children. You got people that work in the nail salons and people that come in them places that have missing children. People at the racetrack got missing children. You know, so we're trying to spread this to everybody rather than just
in the construction world.
Here you go, right here. I'm sorry. I'm going to send you
this new. Right. There you
go. There's
a
high rate of suicide in construction over this shit.
I see a link here now. So that's.
Now I think you should be able to do it. My bad on that.
30 other channels.
Yep. Tomorrow we're going to be in the studio recording professionally the song that we wrote. It was a parody song, basically. It started as a joke to just a funny way to get the word out about, you know, what's going on around here. And it blew up a lot bigger than what we thought it would. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get it recorded in a pro version, get some background music to it, get the chorus going on it, and make it a little bit more serious. And, you know, hopefully with some auto-tune, make me sound a little bit more less ear-piercing while we're doing it. But get this song out, and hopefully, again, light that fire, and put a smile on people's face in the process of, you know what, it's comical as shit, this is funny as hell, but it's everything he's saying is the truth. Everything he's saying is the truth. You know, and it gets people's attention. So That's the idea that we're putting out there. Again, we're waking up the masses. It's one thing to be woke. I can't stand people that are fucking woke.
Awaken.
Right.
We're gonna awake people. It's time to get awake up in here, man. There's a big difference.
Just wake the fuck up, right? Isn't that the whole?
Stand up. Stand the fuck up. Period. We don't need money in this, guys. We don't need money in this movement. We need action. We need people off of their asses, getting loud, getting confrontational, asking the right questions, auditing their local areas, going to their local cities, their local councils, their local county commissions, standing right outside these CPS offices and asking these caseworkers the right legitimate questions. You know, like, hey, how does it feel to be a part of the largest child trafficking network in the world?
Yeah, how do you go to sleep at night, you know?
How does it feel to sit there and be able to, you know, exploit children and rip apart the family element, perpetuating the cycle that was set up by ASFA back in '97? You know? Yeah. Ask them what their year-end dividend was and their bonus check was for the year, you know, after how many, you know, they kept up with the per capita.
Well, ask, ask some of these advocates how much money when they were claiming 501c3. Ask them how much money themselves.
Yeah. And ask them, hey, give us your personal case number of your personal success.
And the other Justin wants to join, Josh Brown.
Oh, yeah. Send him in.
They get us all confused as Justin. I think it's great.
Guys, we got the quadruple J team up in here, man.
3 J's.
Hey,
4
Justin,
J's now up in here, man.
I sent you.
Hey, what's that? That's almost a full house, right?
That's a full house.
Or no,
Justin,
straight.
Send him that link.
4 J's is what?
Full Which house. Link, brother?
Send him the
share. I'm sending it now.
So did you see that now where you can put it up on the did you see where you can add the link?
Yes, I do. I do, but it's asking me to leave the site. And I think if I do, it'll boot me off of you guys. If it boots me, I'll do it just to get the initial share out.
Yeah, go for it. You can come back. I know a guy that'll let you in.
If it boots me off, I'll come right back in.
All right.
Well, I'm running a Facebook Messenger as a chat head, so I just sent Josh the link. Well, I sent Josh the link.
I'll jump off, and hopefully he's in when I come back.
All right. Let's see what happens. I'm looking for this video that I have here that I made a while back about this same thing that you're talking about here. Let me see if I can just locate it here.
Hold on real quick.
Let me see here. Where is the... It's under Bosch. Let's see here. 4 J's and ice cream. Oh, I got it right here. Boom. Look at this. I'm going to play this video real quick. Check this video out real quick. I'm going to play this, guys.
How delightfully predictable. You strut about like gilded vipers in a garden of despair, dripping venomous lies, cheating cause, and plunging your manicured claws into the backs of anyone who dares stand taller than your inflated egos. Congratulations, you've masterfully sculpted the public image of the movement into a tawdry circus of backstabbing gossip queens who couldn't unite for a noble cause if their Chanel handbags depended on it. Bravo, truly exquisite work. While innocent children are trafficked under the sanctimonious banner of protection, you're busy polishing your personal brand like the crown jewel of the Republic. How utterly precious. Newsflash, your majesties. The foundation of this nation is the family, not your follow count. You are not the mission.
Thank
you are not the victims. You are, at best, a footnote. And a footnote that's starting to smell like yesterday's scandal. How dare you hijack the anguish of shattered parents and stolen childhoods to fuel your narcissistic little spotlight. It's not just disgusting.
I love it.
It's a moral felony wrapped in counterfeit virtue. Shame on you? Darling, shame requires a conscience, and yours appears to have been pawned for likes. You're only here because this tragedy generously extended you an invitation written in tears and courtroom gavel strikes. Yet here you are, treating the blood of innocents like background decor for your selfie empire. Forgotten already? Or were you simply
Good
too
job.
busy creating your highlight reel to notice? Consider this your engraved, gold-embossed final warning, delivered on velvet with a diamond-encrusted dagger. Accepting fair compensation for actual work. Perfectly civilized. Whining for gas money, like a trust fund beggar riddling a Swarovski stone. That's not advocacy, sweetheart. That's panhandling with better filters. To every living family who's had the misfortune of being represented by these couture-clad charlatans, please accept my most profound apologies. They are not face of this revolution. No one is, because the genuine warriors have transcended such juvenile theatrics. We forge an unbreakable phalanx, elegant, ruthless, and resplendent in purpose, dedicated to one glittering objective: total annihilation of the pedophile shielded, kidnapping cartel masquerading as child protective services. We don't beg. We bankrupt corrupt empires. We don't posture. We prosecute. We don't lose. We legislate their extinction. So kindly take your fragile egos, your petty betrayals, and your amateur hour grift elsewhere. The adults are dismantling the criminal enterprise, and we simply haven't the time for your reality show rehearsals. Step into line with class, or be swept aside with the rest of the garbage. The children deserve better than your vanity. The mission demands better than your mediocrity. And history remembers winners, not whiners in designer victimhood. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have a corrupt kingdom to topple. Carry on being irrelevant. We'll be overeating, saving the future.
I fucking love it.
I love it.
I fucking love it, dude. I love how at the end there, honestly, oh, that was beautiful. The only critique I would have is at the end there, you should leave all their fucking names up longer.
Yeah,
You strut about like gilded vapors in a garden of despair, dripping venomous lies.
I know it's good, but I
that
don't think
list was classic. I love how you put little Weagle's ass up there at top.
You know I did.
That fucking maggot.
All right, we got 4 J's in here. Well, we only got 3 J's now, but I don't know where.
He'll probably jump back in. He was trying to send the restream. What's up, Josh? We got Josh, Justin, and Jay, bro. Oh my goodness, Jay, man! I'm telling you, man, dangerous. I mean, you got that many, and the rest of them fucked up's about to happen.
Yeah, we'll double down on your bet when you got that many.
Hey, let's do it, man.
4 of a kind.
Hey, and this ain't the 4 horsemen. We bring righteousness to the cause on this one. This is a nice day. We telling everybody this is a war between good and evil. Yep.
I love that it confuses them.
That video is priceless, perfect.
I want to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that one. Jesus, oh God, that was a while back. Well, that was when I found out that she stole my stuff.
Yeah, Francesca Amato, man, that's another plague that, quite frankly, we all know about your bullshit scam with the congressional hearing back, and not even a decade ago in 2016, people. If you want to look into the history of this, we have the videos of it. You know how many people she scammed with that same bullshit?
I can play it right now.
Yep. The same bullshit she played in 2016, she played again in 2025 in October.
Yep.
And I confronted her. I questioned her. I asked her. I have a 7 carpool team ready to go. We were going to get the hotel arrangements. We were going to get everything. But we wanted to know what in the fuck we were going to go there and waste our time on, though. You know, if it was something that we could do right here at home. And I could not get a straight answer from her for the life of her. And then we got the bullshit first pay-to-play link when we first contacted her, telling her we're advocates. We're looking to fight back, too. We're not looking to sit there and get information. Our cases are won. We're fighting for other people. We're the voices of those who don't have one. And as soon as I told her that the main constituents I fight for are those that are impoverished, those that don't have a 6-figure income, those that don't have, you know, the lawyers in their back pocket, that 3-piece suit. She didn't want a fucking thing to do with it. She didn't want a fucking thing to do with it.
$500 a month. You know, I have a handful of people that they've ripped off $3 grand and up. $3 grand and up that they've ripped off. That's just disgusting.
Thousands of dollars. Yes, you people are scum, maggot pieces of crap. I will call every one of them out. I don't care if they don't like it. And again, open dialogue anytime, any day. If anyone want to have an open session with me and answer very legitimate questions as a father, as a real advocate standing 10 toes in this shit, that I don't ask these people for a dime. Josh, I've been with you over a year and a half helping you with your son and fighting with you and side by side with your case. How much money I ask you for?
Must be a lot because he's not saying nothing.
Can you hear? Hey, Josh, you able to hear, bro?
I turned his microphone on.
Can't hear you,
Josh.
I don't ask these people for a dime. Josh, I've been with you over a year and a half helping you with wow, he's got a lag on his shit. Yeah, brother, you're going to have to bounce out, man. Something's going on with your connection here, dude. We can't hear you, and you got a lag from hell, brother.
Well,
see if
I
we
could
can
say,
reload
Justin,
back
you
in.
gave up your Dodge truck to keep a Ford truck and gave that Dodge truck to Josh.
I know I'm an asshole for that one, bro. Why would I go with Ford, bro?
I like it. I like it for it.
No, but in all seriousness, man, Josh, he was in a predicament, dude. He didn't have wheels. He needed to get a foundation base. The system took damn near everything from him. I had an extra truck. I let him use it. That way he could sit there and get on his feet, be able to get to work. I'm not out here asking for money. I'm out here asking for action. And the reason why I was able to do that for Josh is because he has put in that blood, sweat, and tears. He has put in that fucking salt. He has put in that work to fight to get his son home, to spread the word and the message about what's going on, to try to even attempt to help others and live vicariously through their successes. This is what it's all about as far as what we're saying of building a village.
I don't know why I lost.
And you're not going to get that shit from these people. That's all right, brother. We can hear you. We having all sorts of technical difficulties tonight.
Well, they do that to us, man. That's
right.
You know, that's
they love shadow banning our asses.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. There's no doubt about it, man. They do this stuff on purpose.
There we go. Might have me.
There it is.
There we are.
Now,
well, we got you, but we lost Josh. He was lagging and didn't have his mic on.
Yeah, we're telling everybody universally the message: do not give these people money. Yep, we got you, brother.
So speaking of not giving people money,
okay.
So you're gonna have some things going on at your event, right? At the flea market.
Oh, 100%. We're also, besides the special guest speakers that we're going to have that are being able to spread the awareness and putting empowerment back to the masses that are desperately needed just throughout the state, we're also going to be having a raffle. It's called the Constitutional Raffle, which in order is, again, we're teaching the masses. What better way to do it than to give them a little bit of an incentive in the process? We're raffling away some really cool prizes. One of which also, and we appreciate your contribution to that, brother. You're offering a subscription to Fight CPS for those that want to sit there and be more in depth, more involved, and be able to have more information. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be one of the prizes that we'll have. We're also working and colliding with other groups around here, other private businesses and such, or local businesses to sit there and contribute that we'll have. And the idea is, you answer a constitutional question. And it's going to be a question that you'll, believe it or not, you'll find on the United States Citizens Test. Okay? For a citizenship test. You know, how many branches of government are there? You know, what are they? You know, give me 3 names who were in the original Constitution, who wrote the Constitution and signed it. You know, what year did we, you know, start fighting the British for our independence? What country did we start fighting for our independence? You know, basic questions like this and knowledge are things that are, this day and age, are relevant to the masses that, believe it or not, they're ignorant. They don't know this shit. They don't know their First Amendment, which is one of the most powerful freedoms that we have in this day and age to protect ourselves. And again, foundationally, what we need to be using to fight for ourselves. We have it already written, guys. We don't need another law. We don't need another bill passed. What we need is to enforce what's already out there. We need less government and system involvement. More of we, the people, building our own villages and looking out for these kids. That's how we're going to defeat this. And that's what we're bringing to the table on that flea market.
Hey, can people, if they're not there, can they get in on that stuff? Like, can they get in on the events? They can be able to watch this thing live, or what's going on with that? You know any of that?
Awesome question, brother. Yes, we will be streaming on multiple platforms. We'll be streaming off of Canton Hall of Shame platform here out of Star. We'll be streaming off of the Ohio Justice Wall of Shame. That's going to be in another county. That's by Justin Harley. He'll be running his as well.
Anybody who's coming who has a platform should absolutely share live. Absolutely.
They will be. Yep. We'll have the Cynthia Brown with the Ohio Coalition for Ending Qualified Immunity live streaming off her platform. We have Charlene in cahoots with us, and she's been a massive contributor with her and the Connie Regular team with Angel Advocacy, going to be streaming off of her platform. And we're encouraging everybody out there, the masses. This is where you come into play, guys. All y'all in the comment section, if you're hearing me, guys, this is where you can come into play and help. When you see us go live, it'll be an all-day live event from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. while we're out there Memorial Day, Monday, May 5th, off of the platforms just mentioned. Share them. Simple click of a share. We don't give a damn about the likes, guys. And we want the engagement, too, as well in the comment section. That's your chance to engage those that are there on site, on the front line, right there in the moment, to sit there, ask the questions that need to be asked, get the information that you guys really need to get, and be able to sit there and spread it with others. But the only thing we're asking from everybody, share to your groups, share to your friends, share the live as it's going on right then and there on your own personal pages, because the more eyes, the more ears, the more masses that are hearing, seeing, and watching and listening and learning, the more our chances are that we're able to actually make a difference and change what the hell is going on.
Hey, while you're talking about that, you see right there the comment that I just put up there, right? That's Fostering Reality. That's our man, Derek, man. He is one of the most knowledgeable. This guy has broken this system down to a science, and that's what it is to him. And he lived it. He grew up in it, and he lives and breathes this stuff. And everybody needs to go to his channel. It's Fostering Reality. And man, he's got some intense ass videos here that tells you, you know what, let me just show you guys one thing. I'll just show you guys a little brief. I haven't seen some of his new stuff, but I mean, he's got some serious stuff. He's done a ton of work on, and he tells you how they break this stuff down better than any person that I've ever seen in my life.
So your state gets a bonus check from the federal government for every single child they permanently remove from their biological
before you guys all get into that, we got Danielle asking here about what day it's going on. It's on the 25th. It's on the 25th of this month. And it is going to be from 7 to 7 at the Hartville Flea Market. And I believe 12 Edison Road, Hartville, Ohio. 442 will be in the northeastern corner of the lot, right up near the fence somewhere. All these, you'll see our flags. Go ahead, Derek.
Check this out, guys. This video.
Check this out. So your state gets a bonus check from the federal government for every single child they permanently remove from their biological families. I've actually got the federal document right here. Just look at this. I'm Reality. I wasn't just born into this very system. I was removed at birth, coded, moved, lost, filed, moved again, lost again, built out, then discarded into the streets at 16. So I know this very system. Right now I'm going to show you something that nobody, not the news, not your lawyer, not even your favorite advocates are putting in front of you like this. It's called the Adoption and Legal Guardianship Incentive Payments Program. It's a federal bonus system that pays state per child. So here's how it works. Every year, states submit their numbers to HHS, that's Health and Human Services. They hold the federal money, and we all know the money writes the rules. How many kids did you permanently remove from biological families and place into adoptive homes or guardianships? What? Not how many children did you save from abuse, but how many families did you shatter? And if the number goes up, the state gets a bonus check. $4,000 per child, $10,000 per older children. And in September of 2025 last year, HHS paid out $39.8 million across only 45 states. So this isn't a theory, and it isn't a conspiracy. It's ACF, the Administration for Children and Families, the Congressional Research Service, the federal government's own documents. Now let me ask you something. When a caseworker walks into your house and their agency gets paid more if your child never comes home, whose side do you think they're on? I'm reality. I'm an overfostered, unadopted, aged out, regular guy, just decoding this beast system from the inside out. If you've got an open case, this is why the language they use matters more than you know. That's going to be in the next videos. Save this, screenshot it, send it to every parent you know with an open case. Subscribe to Fostering Reality on YouTube and follow Real True 3 on TikTok. The receipts are real. Check my math. Late.
So that's Derek, man. His channel is loaded with information, man, that nobody even talks about. No one even touches what this guy does. And he deserves every bit of you guys. You deserve to look. Everybody deserves to go there and look at all the information that he has, man, because that man has done so much homework and so much work that these people will break this. He's breaking the system. And if we all just start following him, we all will know so much more. I'm not even kidding, man. This it'll blow your mind. And he puts all of his.
We need to protect that man and everyone like him.
We get all. He puts all his resources there. So if you guys are cool, you know, it's good stuff, man. Derek's a good dude, man. He's busy as hell. I don't even know how he has time to do that stuff, but he does. So I mean, amen. He's a great dude, and everybody needs to go check him out at Fostering Reality on YouTube. So there's my bit about that. He's here watching us, by the way. That's why I had thrown that out there. So
good deal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what else you guys got?
Everybody was listening to you on two aspects of having to beat the system.
Yeah,
he was part of it.
So he was actually pretty much born into it. He didn't know his mom or his dad, and then he just went right up and he lived the system. He lived in, you know, like he says, he was a number. When we leave tonight, I'll play the tune that he had me write. Well, he wrote the song. I made the music for him, and this is one of his tunes, and it's one of the best ones I have, hands down. And it's his story, you know, how he's just become a number, and that's all he was a number, you know. And it's sad, and it is sad, you know.
That parents' Bible.
And
we put out the parents' Bible. Yep. We're gonna get a jeopardized for all of the 49 states. That one's mainly for Ohio. But in the meantime, right now, there's wonderful Supreme Court statutes and legislation that's already, again, to be protected, not just your freedoms. Your First Amendment is the most powerful thing to fight back with. That's your freedom to be able to speak out about your cases, of the freedom of the press, freedoms to be able to say whatever the hell you want about it and call. That's your right to be able to stand out there and redress grievance with those who have absolutely affected you and your family and ripped the element apart that they're not supposed to. Redressing grievances, public offices, and press. And then let's not forget that everybody needs to understand that if you don't believe that this is righteous, that God does not have badly mistaken. And this is a battle between good and evil. There's no gray area in this one. There's no, make no mistake, people, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a war. And that's what needs, the mindset needs to be understood. It's always better to be a warrior in a garden than it is a gardener. With that being said, you need to be understanding that whether you like it or not, whether you want it to be or not, you're in the midst of a war, and it's a war between versus evil, and you need to pick a side here and now. And all of you out that want to sit there and exploit the traumas and these children and these families, I'm letting you know right now, your day are numbered. Every single one of you. And we are sending the universal message out to the entire country, entire world. Don't give these a penny. And those of you quote unquote advocates and I'm using that term very fucking loosely here, you off.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel some type of way with what I'm saying, just and nicely with the Can't Hall of Shame, state advocate in the state of Ohio, children and families, 4 documented cases of success of removing and keeping them out of this system, that I will gladly sit down and have a law with every single one of these frauds to call them out as such and ask why they chose to go the route of monetizing and exploiting the most heinous act that can take place against our children.
Mm-hmm.
There's my call out,
I'm
and I encourage all of you, university, all across the nation, do not give these people opinion.
No, break them. Don't let them continue this fight at all. Don't let them stay in it.
The only way it ends is
Watch how they all wither
that
away.
we have to stop.
Watch them. You take their money away from them, they're gone. You know, I'm not even going to say what it costs me a month to do these podcasts to keep
When
up
we
with the
take
stuff
away,
that I
when
do.
we hit their
But I guarantee you,
pocket, you take their incentive.
they will be out. See you later, bye. And not one of them have done a damn thing for any of you out there. Bet that is a fact. Bet that as a fact, man.
And if you want, I'll even
we need from them
go as far as, you know, fuck, I'm gonna go against my code. I'm gonna go against my code. Against my code, I'm gonna call them out by fucking name, and I don't care if they're offended. And if they want to have a discussion, we're gonna do it very transparency. We're gonna do it live, because I personally ain't got a shit thing to hide, and I'm gonna go ahead and ask the right questions that need to be asked. I'm calling you these victims for the past Weagle, and I know that pisses him off. The biggest ego narcissistic piece of shit out there that hasn't done a damn thing but turn it into his own personal clout show. People, don't give that man money. Jessica Saxton, I know a lot of people are probably like, what the fuck? But no, I'm sorry. Don't give her a dime. Tana Downing, penny. Francesca, mocking fraud out here, people, with her pay-to-pay links and her cash apps and her bullshit apps that you have to subscribe to. Give her a fucking penny. Yeah, with her $3.4 trillion RICO lawsuit. Don't give her a dime, people. Megan, do not download $99 a month app, as she stonewalled the most crucial of information, tyranny, and corruption by all of these judges and magistrates and guardians and caseworkers all throughout. Prevents you from knowing it without a payment. I'm going to let you know, fucking penny. And if any people want to throw that bullshit excuse of, well, this took a lot of work. Well, you know what? So does what we do. And I don't ask a single penny from these people because they don't need to have it. They're worn out. They're hanging on the last fucking thread they have, especially be reaching out to people that they don't know anything about. They don't know the hole in the fucking wall. They just see you all out here on TikTok all over the fucking place. But what are y'all really doing? How many babies have you at home? Give me a case number of that you have. And then when you do that, talk about making a move. You sure as hell, not another day are we going to sit there and ask these people for money. And if you do, I'm going to be the many others across the nation that are tired of your shit that's going to call you from now on. We're going to play whack-a-mole with every one of your asses, put you back in your cave and all.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I agree. 1,000%, man. And you know,
I'm still sharing. I'm just sharing away.
So the thing that Meg Stan's doing is the same thing that Becca's doing here, getting all those numbers down and all of those things that she's having you send your case in. It's the same damn thing. Meg Stan's just exploiting it for money. Becca's not doing it. Becca's doing this on her own. She's collecting all this data. She's doing this. She's got a little crew that's with her there that they're working on stuff. But she started this way, and then all of a sudden Meg Stan swooped through, saw that she had a great idea. I'm sure a lot of you have seen Becca's stuff on Facebook and everything, you know, where she said she's collecting that data. Which had like
Becca
a gajillion hits, but no, Becca Garrison.
Garrison, yeah.
Yep. Like she has a little picture of her in a suit and everything and all that good stuff. But she's collecting these numbers and she's doing it for a purpose. She's getting these kids home, man. She's trying to corner the system. Meg Stan's doing it just to get, like you said, that $10 to see a list. You know, like that's what she's doing, you know, and that's ridiculous. It's asinine.
You are a pedo sympathizer, Meg Stan. You are a child trafficking, pedo sympathizing snaps, and I will call you out as a succubus, Neanderthal, abusive, pedophile sympathizer that is perpetuating the cycle. And that goes for every fucking one of y'all out there. And if you're offended, if you feel some type of way, prove me wrong. Prove the thousands that you have caused and the traumas that you created. Tell that to the people that fucking gave up on this movement.
Yeah, how many people aren't around
that aren't going to take that serious?
How many people aren't here now because they listened to these people in their hope and they couldn't take it anymore and they're not here now because they listened to these people. And I don't mean in the movement, I mean on this earth. We don't even.
We're tired of the pipe dream. Yes.
Hopeless fathers and mothers who think they have no other place to turn because ain't nobody listening to a damn, because everybody immediately, when somebody's children get taken, immediately say, oh, well, you're a bad parent or you did something wrong to get those kids taken. You should have, you know, and they have no idea if fabricated evidence in the way that they've, you know, 30 or 40 freaking years, maybe longer, they keep inventing little things to call neglect. They keep inventing new little things to, and ain't not a damn one on the crime.
I was that dude. I was that
type
person.
Of way, you know, they still.
I was that person, man.
You know, right?
6 years ago,
right. They've got no evidence to put nobody behind bars.
No. But 6 years ago, if you would ask me, you came up to me and said, CPS took my kid, I would turn my back and I was like, man, they must be a real piece of shit. CPS take their kids. And then it happens to me. And, you know, maybe I was served humbly by God because I thought that way or whatever.
100%.
And that was it. Because then, you know, and then when it happened to me, I'm like, there's no way on earth that this is really happening. 100%. There's no way.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I thought it would be easy. I really did. I thought that this was going to be easy. We'll go out, we'll get on the news real quick, we'll show them that this shit's going on, and that was it. You know, like that was the start.
That's their cover up. Anytime CPS is called on you, you have a 52% chance of never seeing your kids again. So they're like doing 48% good, and they have veered into the realm of where they're now doing more harm than good. But that little sliver of good they do, they keep hiding behind that. Like, oh yeah, we have a reason to be established.
Well, what sliver of good is that? Because I bet you that those numbers are wrong. I bet you that that's just
let's throw this number out there, okay? Here, let's remember how we're talking about we're changing perspectives, right? How about we ask legitimate questions that again need to be asked nationwide? Now, put yourself in a position. You're the owner, the CEO, you're the EIC, okay? You're running this business. Now, you have workers that you want to give, you know, adequate pay to, care of them, make sure that, you know, doing a good job for you. Now, it's time for raises, right? Okay. Now, you got 2 employees to choose from, raise to. One of these employees has been top notch, has been doing everything that they're supposed to be doing, you know. They're substantial at everything every task that you have put upon them, they've been able to complete. Now, the other side of that coin is the other person that you have to choose from a raise. Somebody, first of all, is not very dependable. They're shitty at their case plan management, and they're not consistent. Success rate, proven, documented, is 15%, meaning 85% of the time that they're involved and that you put these tasks into their plate, they get it fucking wrong. Who are you giving the raise to?
Well, obviously the first guy.
Yes, you give it to the wrong one, right? The one that makes all the mistakes.
Bingo! And that's what our system is, because currently that's exactly what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. These case agents, these agencies of child protective services, 85% of the cases that they get involved in removing these children, they come to find that it's unsubstantiated on the original claim of involvement. That means you are failing 85% of the fucking time. How are you still in business?
All right, like if a surgeon failed 85% of the time, or if I failed 85 of my inspections at work, I wouldn't have a job.
Facts. I mean, shit. How many people do they gotta kill?
Shit. But out of the 15%, out of the 15% that are actually being neglected or abused, only probably or even 3% are in any type of real danger.
If it's even that.
Anything else
that already don't get put into more danger.
Right,
and then of all those children too that get
what
taken.
It boils down to what from what I'm seeing, that be a little bit. They're having trouble with their bills. They're having trouble with getting some kind of service to help them, or what get any.
So how pissed off does that make you guys? I mean, come on.
You know what makes you more pissed off?
The weather guy's wrong that often.
You know what makes you more pissed off is this. The government is already paying for you to have your problems fixed. It's the people that control the budget and control that money that aren't giving it to you as the family. It already says to get Title IV funding, reunification needs to be the model. That's what it says all the way through. Reunification. So they lie. They take your kid for a year, say we're going to reunify. And then they approach that 15 to 18 month thing that, 15 out of the 18 months or 18 out of 22. I'm not sure which one it is. Some places are different than others. But they approach that and say, well, the federal regulation says now we've got to terminate you. And then they get more money for the adoption process. They suck you into this vicious circle and they use money just that way.
We're ending it.
It's 15 out of 22 months.
Yep. Once they hit that realm, then they get a whole nother slew of money that comes in now that helps them put into adoption services, to all of this stuff, because now it's mandated that you have to
get them back.
That.
Yeah,
plain and simple, man.
Evidence or fudging numbers or fudging qualifications just to get that funding.
So if you really think about it.
Well, people need to understand that we are not going to win by perpetuating the cycle of keep repeating the same irrelevant bullshit that has not worked for the past 4 decades. It is time, again, to be pissed off. It is time to take a stand. It's time to protect the masses first and build that foundation of a village. It's time for everybody to get a hold of that parent's Bible and spread it like a damn plague, like a virus, and get it spiderwebbed out across the nation. People know the basics of what to do. On that first knock on that damn door, it's like packing bags off of your property at a moment's notice just by handing them a simple piece of fucking paper. You don't have to say a word other than you've been served. That's the idea that we want to empower the masses with. But guys, the only way that's going to happen is if you're not mad by now, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm gonna be that bear out here that's gonna call those people out. Complicity from this point on is no longer an option. Sitting on your ass idle, watching all of this shit happen, not saying something when you see something. Those days are us worrying about the offenders because of our approach, because of our language, because of how pissed the heinous acts taken against our baby. We don't give a shit. We don't care. We ride the route of offering for our enemies to sit down and feast. Well, in the words like Jesus himself, and the cause of the righteous is to them motherfuckers, people. It is time to destroy the temples. It is time to take down those that have been making sure to monetize the separation and ripping apart the element, the remove fathers from the home, and then setting up the foster mills, not homes, foster mills, to place all these stolen children into, only to be raped, abused, and have more trauma created further than what was originally taking place in the first place for their removal. It's time we do what we are supposed to do. Stand up. That is our job. That's
right. Well,
our
you keep mentioning
responsibility.
you keep mentioning these foster
If everybody
mills,
wants to look and point a finger at what things taking place, look in the mirror.
I shared this with the foster mills that had my children. I shared this very live with them just now. I shared it right to their direct phone numbers.
Good,
And you know what? I shared it to my fucking junk ass piece of shit public defenders too that didn't do a goddamn thing for me in my case.
Good, they need to see it.
They need to. They need to see what's going on. They need to see that the people are out here pissed off. And I don't know what Ann McBurney's saying.
Put them on the internet. Now, I read a comment here. It says, in quote, I'm not emotional. And I sit there and tell you enough that late and understand that. I will tell you I understand and have full empathy and understanding and compassion to that. But we are going to say that us being numb, take and turn it into a passion and a fire. You can choose right here, right now, that feel that way, that are having problems getting out of fucking bed in the morning. We know that feeling. We know the feeling of waking up every single day and quite frankly, just not wanting to face it, saying the hell with this shit, not even wanting to be a part of it, and going back into God that you wake up and the mirror ends. We know that feeling. We know y'all want to say, fuck this. What's the point? And give up. And we're going to tell you now, you can either choose to have this system make or break. We want to make you. We want verse. We are not victims anymore. It is time to stand up. You can lose as if you quit fighting. That is the word that I'm going to you all. That is main idea into this burning carousel. Throw your hands up and up is that is well. We're going to end out. We're going to stop putting. We're going to get you proactive and build your villages and your local communities where you're at, to where you're not fighting this forsaken system alone, which is what our cue is that you will not beat this by yourself. Every one of these people that grew up, people, one of you that are involved in this system, time to hear your voices loud and clear. We want the children of a foster care system to come out, that were thrown to the wolves, to come out and yell from mountaintops their stories of how they've been affected. We want those and having to run through adoption home after adoption home after adoption family, tell their stories of how left out they were in the world and how their little and irrelevant voice was until now. We want all of you to start coming forward, and we want you all to join.
We can't go. We can't let anybody else in on this right now. We're having too many lag issues.
Yep, unfortunately.
Yeah. Hey, so the guy that you were just talking to, that was the fostering reality guy.
He's awesome. Yeah, I love what he's doing on the movement, and there's people like him that we need the most out here. People that we need all of you. If you are in this movement and you're wanting to make a difference, you're wanting to make a change, be a sponge. Empower yourself with knowledge. Empower yourself with the and successes, and ride the coattails off of those that have those successes proven, documented. You're not going to get
Right.
anywhere in this system.
I like what this fostering reality says here is he says when you start understanding the system, you start understanding that they want you emotional and that they want you angry. And that's what, and they want it to trigger you. They want you like that so they could go into that courtroom and tell that judge, you know, that you're combative. And it's a complete battle every time I talk to this person. When all you're really trying to do is get answers, you're just trying to understand what's happening to you and your family. And they say you're combative because they want to stonewall you with all your answers. They don't want to tell you what's
They
really
love
going on.
flipping that narrative.
Right. They want to make a weird excuse that don't make no sense, and they want to lie to you, which is why you record, because they can't remember the lies they tell you.
I'm telling you,
and
guys,
this is what we're
go to
empowering the
his
masses
the
with.
reality. It will blow your mind. It will blow your mind, the stuff that he has and the research he has. You never even have thought of the stuff that he puts out, man. You're just like, holy shit. You never even knew. Like, he breaks down. He's got a ton of videos, man. They're all very, very well done. And they're just so full of information. You got to watch them like 5 times. They're not even bullshit.
There you go.
This girl up here, Kelly0988, says if you have a mental health diagnosis, even worse for them. Well, the thing is, a lot of people don't know is you could go get another mental health diagnosis at any place of your choice. You don't have to go with the people that they suggest you go to. 90% of them places they send you to is going to send you out of there with some kind of recommendation. And they want that way because that hinders your case, keeps your kid in their system longer, keeps the money coming, and pushes toward that 15-month mark where they're going to start terminating parental rights.
And don't forget that they are all contracted as well. They're contracted through the state to be sending you to these places. They're
right. If you get
contracted through the state and the federal government, go get your diagnostic from.
It's worth going somewhere.
The only way you change that is you have to enforce your right.
Because what it takes to get rid of a mental health diagnosis is to go somewhere else and have them debunk that diagnosis. You know, if you got if you got their agency's recommended counselors diagnosing you with something, and then you go out there to some random place that might take your health insurance, or you might be able to afford to pay for it. Most parents can't afford to pay for it. But if you could get out there and get another assessment, you know, that says otherwise, then you're starting to draw another pattern of the bullshit that's going on within their system, because they pay these people to give you recommendations. Believe that.
Yes, they do. I'm just doing these math numbers here. I'm doing this. I got all the numbers from 2023. We'll see what the real numbers really are.
So how about we start training the masses and teaching and empowering to waive themselves of all of that.
And you know what I did too? I went into my counselor when I had to do my mental health assessment, and I played the recordings of the people that were trying to attack my family. And then people in there, the counselors said that these people that I was recording were the ones that needed
court.
I lost you.
Lawsuit next, and they said ADA doesn't want to apply. Yeah, no, it's breaking up here, brother. We got a connection. I think I got a lag as well on mine. Not sure. We're telling everybody though that the main fight here is to avoid the system in its entirety. Why go through all that shit? Why have to jump through all those hurdles?
Real quick, Justin, hit the square on your phone, and to where you can just swipe all the other programs you're running on your phone off. If you shut down all the other, anything else your phone's running, it won't lag as bad.
There we go.
My poor phone, it's multitasking.
Is that better?
I can hear you great.
Yeah. Awesome.
Side note, Darren, if you want to like do a little more research into what's
No,
all going on with
the whole goal
Ohio,
is
I
to
sent you
not
a couple
perpetuate the
links in
cycle. Why do
Messenger.
all that bullshit? Why
Yes,
jump through all these burning hoops?
And you know, I see here
Again,
where Debbie Anderson said,
empowerment of the masses is how to change everything, guys.
Debbie Anderson says when she goes to court with her daughter, she don't show any emotion and will not let them push her buttons. What you need to do is show emotion for your child. Don't show emotion for yourself. Show emotion for your child. That's needed. You need to be in there talking about like you don't know what your kid's going through. You don't know what kind of mental things that's going on, you know, and you need to keep preaching too. Like, how is this in the best interest of the child? Because they're going to preach that to you, saying this is in the best interest of your child. It ain't in the best interest of your child. It's in the best interest of that judge's child. It's in the best it's in the best interest of that prosecutor's child and them state agents' childs, because they're the ones all getting paid for this crap. It's costing you people thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars while they're all making money for their Christmas bonus.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth, man.
You know, in the best interest of their children's college funds. It's all in the best interest of their children. It's not in the best interest of your children. It never will be. If your kids get abused in foster care, they are going to cover that. You don't want to hear that. That's
no more. We will not perpetuate the cycle no more. We will not keep making mistakes another day. The only change, again, people start.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Justin, are you hooked on your Wi-Fi or are you hooked up to your house's internet? Are you hooked up? Do you just run
on my Wi-Fi?
Yeah, we're having connection issues here. I don't think mine's working here anymore.
They're shooting at us.
Run it off your Wi-Fi from your house. Turn on your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that'll jump your IP address around.
Man, I really hope we don't lose him. He's important. I got a strong feed from you, and I got a strong feed from Darren.
Oh, so you can see the feeds? You can see the...
I can see all of you guys.
Lost connection. Nothing.
We'll see if you can back out. Maybe Darren can bring you right back in.
No, it looks like here that it's lost me here, guys. I'm so.
Yeah, it's killing the service.
Yeah, it seemed like your Wi-Fi connection is worse than your cellular connection.
I don't know.
Well, I want to get Derek involved with what you guys are doing. I want you guys to at least meet him one of these days when he's not.
You're frozen. I guess nobody can hear me.
I can hear you great, Justin.
I got a massive lag going on.
That's from Derek right there. He says he's got a whole bunch. He's got a whole video on that too called "Secrets of the Beast." Visitation is a hostile data collection node, like most CPS environments, and there's that very fine line where you can either. Someone else came in between him here, or maybe he wasn't done typing yet. Oh shit! He says he names everybody in his most recent videos. The Black Mirror project that just dropped today. So make sure that we
share that link.
Let me see if he's how long that one is. Maybe we can catch that one real quick. Let me see.
I will be right back, guys. I have to go upstairs for just a moment, but I will be right back. Give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if you can find this right here. This video, Black Mirror project. Yeah.
When you get time, I'd like for you to check out those 2 videos I sent you.
Oh, did you send me some? All right. Yeah, I will. Okay, it's right here. Oh, shit. Black Mirror Project Episode 1, The Autopsy, is 44 minutes, guys. So I'm not going to play it now. But you guys should definitely check this out. You need to check out all of his stuff, man. All of his stuff is awesome.
Yeah, send me the link to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put I'll put his whole channel link right up here, guys, for everybody to have.
We're sharing each other's researches for free. Ain't nobody charging nothing.
Right? See how this is working? There you guys go. That's Derek's stuff right here. D, how are you doing? I just see you watching. I'm hoping that you're doing okay there, dear. Give me a call after the show if you want. Danielle's watching us. Her son's the one that's missing.
Now, how do you guys type in this chat box here?
Well, you can't. I can. You can only do it if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or whatever. I can do it from the host. So you can't. But if you log in and put YouTube on the side or Facebook, you can do it that way.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is a feature that they need to fix, because I feel like if you're on this show, you should be able to answer.
Did we lose?
Because I don't want to like talk over other people while they're talking, while I'm trying to like share something or say something or share a link or something like that.
It's hard to do when you got lagging going on, because you start talking when you don't hear them no more, but they're already talking again before. And I was noticing that with Justin. That's why when I was starting to talk and heard him start talking, I just stopped for a minute because I noticed the lag.
Do you want me to play one of these, Justin?
They're kind of long too, but it was mostly for your research. But long story short, it's the connection how Les Wexner and Jeffrey Epstein use these public-private organizations to influence campaign committees to put certain candidates in positions.
Gotcha. All right. No, I definitely want to check that out then for sure.
Yeah, her name is Whitney Webb. She's an investigative journalist.
Whitney Webb?
Sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
I was just saying that if you're going to play a video, we should take that time, if you can, Darren, and try to bring Justin back.
Justin, come back.
We don't have Justin.
No, he's not back either. He's not pulling himself back in.
You got to re-click that link.
Yeah, maybe he's restarting his stuff.
Probably over there freaking out. Let me call him real quick.
Yeah.
He's got to re-click that link. If he's watching the live, he'll see that he's just got to re-click that link.
Justin, you see this right here? Fostering Reality said that he just got completed his field manual that he's written with his wife, so he would love to be comparing notes.
I'm looking in a comment. Coded 44 minutes after the field manual written. What field manual is he referring to?
That's Fostering Reality.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his guide. You know that thing's going to be intense. I know he's been working on it for a long time. Long time. I wish he could get in here right now, man. I wish he would come on.
I'm calling him. I'm trying to get. Hey, you got to go back into what you sent me earlier and click that link again, and that'll give Darren the. He might try now. It's.
Mm-hmm.
The two videos I sent you were YouTube links. Feel free to share those on here if you want.
Yeah, I'll put those up as well, because I see other people are looking for those videos as well.
My wife told me that the one that I shared a little bit ago, she was able to watch a few minutes of it, and then all of a sudden it's saying that the link ain't available.
They got it. They got it. Let's see.
That's why I went upstairs a minute ago. I went to go see if my wife was still watching, because it's showing me 0 viewers on my thing here.
Yeah, we got 47 right now. That's usually low.
What blew me away with the whole Whitney Webb's research into all this is I had no idea who she was, but I was doing the exact same research on my own, coming across the exact same evidence that she was talking about in her video. So it's like this professional random stranger happened to be looking into what I was looking into and found the exact same evidence that I was finding.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. All right, there's that first video. And then I think, shit, which one did
There,
I
I
put up
just
there?
sent Justin a link again. I hope he clicks on. I hope it can bring him in.
Yeah, no, you guys are doing good work, man. And I mean, this is good stuff. I know Becca's in Ohio as well. The girl that works here with us. I don't know how far away she is. I mean, how big? Ohio can't be that big, is it?
Ohio's huge.
Is it really?
Yeah. I could drive for 2 hours and still 2 to 3 hours and still be in the state. I could drive almost 4
That's
hours
not
and still be.
In Maine, you can drive days and still be here.
Well, we're a lot bigger. I guess we're bigger in population, probably as far as size. I mean,
Yeah, we're more sparse up here.
right. Well, I sent him another link to his Facebook page. I'm going to share it also to his cell phone. Hopefully, he sees one of them.
Mm-hmm. This is fostering says that it says 700 pages and it's free. He says.
Yes, I would love to get with fostering and look into that and compare notes.
It says this is the 15 and 22 month walkthrough along with every single law and legislation that's passed in the last 50 years and where it's never touched the financial architecture and now the social impact. I mean, he's cracking that system from the inside that no one touches. You know, like we all sit out here on the outside trying to work our way in. He's busting it from the inside out. It's pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, we'll meet in the middle.
Yep, we're all meeting in the middle.
It's like divide and conquer, but in the opposite way.
Yep. Entirely on CCWIS, which is the computer system that all 50 states, DC, and all territories use to process CPS.
Right.
They're probably feeding that into the Daphne system too.
I'm hoping he sees what I just sent him. Because I sent him the link on 3 different I sent the Can't Hall of Shame Justin nicely and to his phone number. Hopefully he clicks that link and it lets him back in. Plus I told him to go outside, so he might be dark if we see him, but at least we get him. Hopefully we can get him back.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. This is the other one.
Hey, was he real choppy to you, Darren, in the beginning of the video?
He was choppy. Yeah, it seemed like it was a little bit.
See, we got to get him a home computer like I got sitting here, because I thought it was on my end, but I really don't think it is.
Yeah, that's what sucks when you
No,
do this.
I was seeing the same thing.
Okay.
That's what sucks when you're doing these things. You're sitting there and you're like, man, is that me? Is it my stuff that's not working? You know?
Right.
There's your other video right there.
I'm gonna probably upgrade my computer and eventually give him this one. So
that's a nice gesture.
I got $1 in it. I buy storage lockers for a living. I get all kinds of good goodies.
Oh, that's a great job, man.
You know, sell the contents at flea markets. That's how I got the idea. Let's do an event at the Hartville Flea Market on Memorial Day weekend because, dude, there will be probably 20 to 30,000 people there.
That's the thing, and there's so many people that don't even know what CPS is. They, you know, like unless they knock on your door, you don't know what CPS is, who they are, what they're about. No, nothing.
And if you know anything about them until you've dealt with them, if you do know about them until you've dealt with them, you think that there's some kind of saving grace that helps these children when they're really not. You know,
right? And when the time you deal with them, it's too late. They've already made their moves to you. You know.
Right. I'm gonna try to call Justin.
Yeah, once you sign that safety plan, man.
That's it, man. You sign that safety plan, game over. You know,
or even the case plan, the safety plan, or a case plan. You sign either one of them, and they fuck you over. It's like signing a contract with the state of Ohio so they can kidnap and exploit your children.
Well, it's admission of guilt, whether you're guilty or not. It's a confession.
It's any state. Anytime you sign that in any state, that's horrible, you know. I mean, I think
You're
Justin's
guilty.
sick. I think Justin's sick. I could probably help get him on here.
I think he says he's calling it a night.
Oh man.
That's all right. It's all right. We had good information tonight.
Well, anyway, we want to share the we want to go ahead and make sure that we get that out there again about the Hartville Flea Market on the 25th of this month of May, Memorial Day to be exact. We'll be at the Hartville Flea Market in Hartville, Ohio. It's like one of the biggest flea markets that you can find in that time. There's going to be plenty of parking. There's going to be all kind of, you know, different cool things you can check out while you're there. Stop by our booth. And, you know, especially if you got a problem with the family court system, stepping on your rights or anything like that, it doesn't matter. It don't have to even be CPS. We're going to have people out there for, you know, qualified immunity. We're going to have people out there that have had their loved ones murdered by the police officers in various areas. We got people out there that have very bitter baby moms or baby daddies that are pulling his abusive card in the court system or fabricating evidence to keep their child away from the other parent. You know, we're going to have a lot of people out there. We're going to have people that were wrongly incarcerated. You know, we got let's see here, because it's probably proper to do this with, you know, I figured Justin would probably do it, but we're going to have, there's going to be, you know, people out there. We're going to have a Purple Heart recipient out there. I had his name down here somewhere. I wasn't prepared for it because I thought Justin was going to be okay to get this out there tonight, but there's going to be people out there from several different platforms that we're all familiar with. We're trying to attract more. Anybody we can get out there that wants to come out and be a part of, you know, help and talk to people, you know, just to try to get some awareness out there and to get these, you know, we've had successes. You know, I got all my kids home. I can help people get their kids home. You know, there's a certain way you have to act around these people. You can't go being, you know, you got to be combative, but you can't be violent. You know, that's just really where that boils down. You want to be, you know, yes, we are going to be recording and we're going to be posting on the Canton Hall of Shame platform. Justin Harley right here in our chat with us. He's going to be.
Yeah, I figured out how to restream to my platform.
We'll get you going. I'll be out there with you. The Ohio Justice Hall of Shame will be streaming. I'm sure there will be a couple other platforms out there that are going to want to stream. I might have it here in my Ottoman. I got the names of some of the other platforms that are going to be out there. However, I didn't have it out and ready.
What was his name? Brad Folks? Is that who you talking about, Jay? Brad Folks?
Yes, that guy, the Purple Heart recipient, and then there's going to be a couple other platforms there also. Man, just go figure. Just my luck, I'm not going to find it right now. I wasn't prepared for that, but I'm prepared for a lot of other things. There's going to be other platforms there that want to speak, that want to go ahead and reach out, that want to give their insight to these people, to get their, you know, to educate the people. We have rights, we have freedoms, you know, and most of these people don't even have a clue what the First Amendment is.
Right, and everything we shared tonight was just the tip of the iceberg.
Right, let alone your 4th or 5th or even your 14th. You know, there's other amendments in there that matter too, depending on what kind of case you have or what kind of, you know, I believe in my own personal opinion that, they're, see, this guy just messed my head up. We're going to be there from 7 to 7. We'll be there basically all day. To be honest, the place actually closes at 5, but being Memorial Day weekend, they're going to be out there late. There's going to be a lot of people still walking around probably till dark. We need to have people out there that want to share their information. That's just all there is to it. We need people out there that want to learn the information, because the more people that we have know the information, then the more people battle this, the harder it's going to be for them to do this to your grandchildren when you're older. Harder it's going to be for them to do it to your brother's kids, or even, your great grandchildren in the future. This is something we're looking at right now, that if we don't put our foot down, then our children and our children's children are going to be the ones suffering.
Mm-hmm. You get that right. We don't need to leave that behind for them,
I read the comments a lot, so that threw me right off, because I want to get these people that information, because I want them out there, Yeah, sometimes you could literally, if you're a pro se litigant, you don't have to follow their process. Their attorneys have to follow their process, because they have to follow their bar association's rules. In my case, I won't go into elaborate depth of it, but I will tell you that the motions that I filed didn't only make the court and the CPS agencies look incompetent. It really made them look, like they were kindergartners. It made the judge look worse than any of them, because the judge, and here, let's talk about that just a little bit on that. Why does that judge look worse than the rest of them? Because he's the guy that has the least amount of information about your case, and he's the guy with the most power to make the decisions. Let that sink in. How is that supposed to work? When the judge is like, oh, all I want to hear is a yes or a no. He don't want to hear any of the details that led up to anything. He just wants to know yes or no questions. And how do you judge somebody by that?
Mm-hmm.
And then to top all that off, the bar association don't even recognize the family court system. So how's the bar? How is the bar association how are they allowing these judges to operate under their bar card in a fictitious court?
Well, think of this. Most attorneys and lawyers and judges who work in the family court system couldn't cut it in the criminal court system with the higher burden of proof. So they go over to the family court system and work there because of the lower burden of proof, and the case is supposed to be easier for them to litigate, because they don't know how to properly prosecute or defend a case.
I mean, that could very well be true.
That plays a major part in it. That's why they're incompetent. That's a big reason for their incompetency.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they get a lot of discretion for that. They're allowed a lot of discretional use and bias, and that's how they get away with it.
Right. Man, I hope Justin can get it figured out and get back on here.
Yeah, I think that we're not going to see Justin again. I think Justin has called it a night here.
He may have, and to be honest with you,
Justin, come back.
Right. Justin's got that powerful, he's got all the words, the correct wording for everything, stuff like that, where people, he's been doing it a lot longer than any of us. I've only been at it, I'll be honest with you guys, for about a year and a half, little over a year and a half. But in that year and a half, I've had to become a top-notch lawyer, because me and my wife basically won our cases pro se. And You know, there's no better way. You know, you could call your lawyer a million
I'd
times.
say all day.
What's that?
Pro se all day.
Right. You know, your lawyer, public defenders, 90% of the time, they're not going to answer their phone. They're going to tell their secretary to tell you they're in a courtroom somewhere, or they're going to tell you they got this big case they're dealing with that's way more important than yours. And, you know, then they're going to be 2 months out from being able to talk to you. You know, same thing with the guardian ad litem. You know, they're the same way. I mean, they don't really do anything to show they care about these children or care what they're going through, because when the guardian ad litems are told about this abuse, they're a mandated reporter too. A child tells a mandated reporter about abuse in a hospital, and that mandated reporter don't report that abuse, they'd lose their job and could face criminal charges. So, you know, when you got child protective services and, you know, when they're not, you know, honoring their duties to be a mandated reporter when a child's abused, that needs addressed. You know,
right? There should be an investigation, but it shouldn't be treated as factual evidence.
And yes, your kids are worth your time and your effort. You can never trust the attorney, because that attorney cares about his kids or her kids, or, you know, or their dogs. You know how many times I've heard an attorney say they don't have kids in a family court? You got a family court attorney that doesn't have a family. Make that make sense. Your family's your 2 Rottweilers? I don't see. I see a problem with that. You know, I really do, because, you know, how could you care if you don't know how to, because you don't have any children yourself?
Yeah, well, that's just like social workers. That should be a requirement that they have a child.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
They should think twice about taking someone's kid. You know, like that shouldn't even be an automatic. You know, what's sick is that people on the death row, because this is the death penalty of family court, really, the civil court. You know, this is the death penalty, and you get nothing. You know, you get to see you later, bye, thanks for one trial. Maybe if you're lucky, you get an appeal. That's it. No governor, last minute pardon, no nothing. But yet you've just eliminated the life of a family.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense, you know. It doesn't make any sense. We don't
my
get
kids got reunited back in January, and it's been a hard last 5 months. It really has. My kids have learned the word no. My kids, my kid would be like, can we go over to so-and-so's house and spend the night? No, not this weekend. Well, can we maybe next weekend or the weekend after? That's kind of how my kids were before they went to foster care. Now you tell them, no, we got plans tomorrow. You probably next weekend or something. It's a complete battle. They're throwing their feet on the floor, slamming things. And they're finally, just now 5 months later, starting to get back to somewhat of a normal behavioral, you know, pattern. Mm-hmm. You know, when they were in foster care, they took them kids out to go play, you know, at a roller rink all the time. They took them trampoline parks. They took them out to the Great Wolf Lodge. They took my kids and spoiled my kids. They were trying to groom my kids, make them feel like foster care is better than, you know, better than being at home. When if your child goes into foster care, gets treated like awesome gold, they like foster care more than they like home, your caseworker is going to write that down. And then your kid will get adopted out eventually and go to some home and never go to the roller skate rink, and never a day again in their life. And they'll never go to those other trampoline parks and the Great Wolf Lodge. That's all stuff that CPS funds these foster homes to go take your kids to go do, so that they can keep your kids happier in the foster system than they were back at home.
Until that 15-month mark hits.
Somebody's blowing me up on Messenger.
Maybe it's Justin.
I guess my chair makes a lot of noise.
Oh, I hear it now.
Okay, I'll have to filter that out. My buddy texted me, he said, "Hey man, your chair's making noise."
That's funny.
I don't even know if he's still
Trying to get
watching.
this.
The system is the process, and the system is the problem. And I'll tell you why, because the system's working exactly as planned. You know,
Yeah, it's doing it perfectly.
right. It absolutely is. It's making them millions and millions, if not billions and billions, if not trillions of dollars, you know. And it's all about that money. It's all about that greed. You know, when is enough enough? You know, you go down to the children welfare office right now and go step in their door, they're going to have a sign somewhere that says employment opportunities. You know what I'm saying? You got these people trying to hire everybody in the world, and they're going to have to start stealing more kids to be allowed to pay them, or to be able to pay them. You know, Nancy Schaefer said the same thing. You know, they need, the more they expand, the more merchandise they're going to need to sell, the more children they're going to need to sell to be able to pay for all these new facilities and all these big fancy brand new state agency cars that they're all driving around. And you know, it's really sickening, because you know, you think there's a bottom dollar that they have to, that there's a quota. You know, there's a minimum amount, like at the bottom of the list here, there's a minimum amount that they have to bring in each month to be able to pay everybody without it costing them money. You know, and they say they're for nonprofit. That's crock of shit. They can lie through their teeth all they want. It's not a nonprofit at all. They are for profit, and if they ain't making tens and thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars off of your child, then they wouldn't be taking your child. Because you know, think of the paperwork, think of the hassles, all the driving around these caseworkers got to do. You know, they placed my kids almost 100 miles from my home, so this caseworker now has to drive 100 miles and, you know, in another direction into several counties to go visit my children once or twice a month, to do home visits with them. And if they have like interviews or anything with counselors and this and that, then they got to be on the phone constantly with these counselors and all these others. Dude, they would not do all that type of work if there wasn't a fuck ton of money in it for them.
Hey, here's the CPS breaking news store right here. I'll put the link up there. But got t-shirts, hats, t-shirts, Charlie Kirk shirts, CPS Punisher shirts, Gunning for CPS, the Angry Citizen, of course, the Queen hats, the this, the that, the this. I mean, we got tons of stuff, and I just keep adding to it and adding to it and adding to it. CPS, we're coming. That's the 2025 shirt right there. These are the new ones, the child prison system shirts right here. So check them all out. Let's see.
Yeah, you should get your home rebuilt.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would definitely be nice, because where we're at right now is awful.
Well, here's where here's where we're at with it, though. You know, like stuff like that. Is this a are you buying these products and actually having them made, or are you having them made as they order them?
Yeah, they're print on demand.
Okay, perfect. Because my band used to do that, and it's so much less of a headache.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have to have all these shirts, and you know, it'd be neat though.
Carrying around all the merchandise with you. Yep. And the quality is better for everybody else too. You know, like when they're going in and out of here, you know, like they get to, you know, people know that they're made just for them. You know.
All right.
There's the link to that store right there, guys. If you guys want to check that out.
Okay. Cool deal.
Yeah, that's that. That's the link. But I don't know. What do you guys say? Say we've had a good night? Say we've given them enough information?
We've done all right. I think we've done pretty good. It's coming up on midnight here in a few minutes, and you know, we've had some problems throughout the night with the feed, but you know, we got to figure out what's going on, you know, maybe get people hardwired in and using You know, cell phone. Obviously, Justin's, but he's over there in the big city. He's got cell phone towers hovering over him. I'm surprised he ain't
Yeah.
walking around with all that 5G surrounding him.
Same. That's
I,
valid.
I live 100 miles into the woods, man. I'm in a very dead area. I'm surprised I got as good a signal as I do. But
I'm like 10 miles from where Les Wexner lives.
well, stay away from that.
No, we all need to go fucking post up
I'm
in front of
surrounded
his
by these
house.
data centers.
Oh, the what do they call them? Fusion centers, fusion data centers.
Here's
Fission, they're doing it all.
Mm-hmm.
Here's an interesting one about the data centers. Let me see if I can pop this out of here real quick, just to give an example and show people, you know, in real time. It's a 200 gig SD card.
Mm-hmm.
You see how little? See how little that is?
Mm-hmm.
Just a real little dinky fucker. 200 gigs will store your life. You could, I wouldn't say you could record your whole life, but you could definitely write it down in documents. And
let me show you something. Let me show you something.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is this is about the size of your fingernail. Okay? It's about the size of your pinky nail of all things. Yeah, there you go. Right.
Those are the ones that were inside of my safe. That's all my life's work from our fire at our house. They're all melted in a plastic container. That all the memory cards, all the SIM cards are all gone. All my work for years and years
some
and
of
years.
those,
Right here,
some of those may be able to be recovered. But look how small that is compared to my fingernail. That's the size of my pinky nail. And you can store about your life on this little card. Okay. So they're building these data centers. These data centers, some of them are 3 or freaking 4 or 5 miles wide, long. Like they're clearing huge amounts of area to build this data center when you can store your whole life of data on this small little chip right here. Why do they need miles of data centers unless they plan on infiltrating everybody, monitoring everybody, policing everybody, and holding all your phone calls and all your interactions on your social medias and everything you do from whatever point forward that they hit that button? They're going to be recording and documenting everything you do for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
that's
maybe even hoarding you into those buildings and holding you inside of them.
Right, but right, exactly. That's the data centers that they're building right now. You know, they could build 1 or 2 of those data centers in the entire country, and it would still support, you know, the little bullshit they say it's going to support. The fact that they need several of them in every single state is mind-boggling. That's mind-boggling. That makes me feel like they're going to try to do smart cities and things like that coming up.
I keep pulling.
They already got a lot of that stuff. Look at Easton Town Center. I'm like 5 minutes from that. It's turning into a smart city. They got all these fancy malls and fancy apartments.
Right. Well, eventually you won't be able to spit on the sidewalk. Camera will take a picture of it, and you'll get a ticket in the mail. Oh, wait!
They got flock cameras everywhere.
Just electronically take it.
They got traffic cams everywhere. I can look at every live traffic cam in Ohio.
I don't think those should be legal, and I think the flock system cameras should be gone too.
Yeah, because they're doing more than just recording or checking your tags to see if the owner of the vehicle has a warrant or suspended license. They're cross-referencing your information with other sources of information to basically do a invalid investigation on you for no reason, just because you happen to drive by a camera.
Right.
Because they can.
I'm gonna share tomorrow. I'll share on all these platforms how important it is to get you a fire safe. This guy Darren here, he knows because he's got.
I had one and it's still melting my shit because they don't know what burnt my house so hot.
Oh, really?
Yep. Well, guys, thank you so much for tonight. This was
good.
Good.
Absolutely. I hear the music going. I figure we're right at the end. So
we're right at the time. This is this is that song that Fostering Reality gave me the lyrics for that I made for it. So this is his tune, man, right here. So,
right.
Everybody, make sure you stay with Canton Hall of Shame. Do that stuff. Go to the flea market on what, 25th, right?
Yep, it's May 25th. It's 7 in the morning to 7 p.m. It's 1289 Edison Street Northwest, Hartville, Ohio, 44632. It's
With that,
going to be at the northeast corner of the property. There's a black fence. We're going to be right along that fence line somewhere. As soon as you walk through the fence, you're going to be able to see it.
all right.
I hope to see you guys all there.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much.
Y'all have a good night.
You built a monster, set in trauma, now the monster got drums and a mask. Every face got a name got an address, every address getting dead. Ever one fresh meat, still crying for mama, think reunification real. Level 2, bounce like trash, learning roles in every house they make you feel. Level 3, chameleon bag, never unpacked, visible just enough to eat. Level gray, master read a lie in the blink, route around rules in the street. Level 5, invisible state, on ghost file too thick for any worker to read. Sleeping fragments, exits mapped, made it out so low they know you a different breed. We the invisibles, age out the system, no feelings left, just facts and mathematics. Hypervigilant, heart rate flat, rifle fluent, pistol fully automatic. Grown now, pulling up, packing. Only lesson we kept is right from wrong. Now wrong, get it corrected. 30 round hymns in a real dark song. F94 through a 5 pop 6. F93 to a full auto switch. F94 to reactive. That's why the AR twitch. 9 millis for the snakes that smile in your face. 223s for the nights they said this hurts me more. While they finish the chase. Every code they roll, every caliber, every lobby came around. Every better not tell turned into a reason. We outside right now. Seen kids get walked out the back at 3 a.m. Staff pockets, fat, no sound. One phone call, file closed, another invisible. Never found. They pray we don't D-lock forever or read the barrel in despair. But the ones who survive remember every smell, every room, every stare. Thoughts are gone, thoughts aren't care. Ghost in my head, thoughts that tear. Way the invisible. Age down, fully loaded. No fear, strapped heavy, heart on zero. Just a pulse and a plan. Right from wrong is all we know. And wrong fin to meet the whole fam. Pulling up quiet, windows down. 30 round lullaby. Invoice for every tear. Every touch, every read, better not tell. This is the correction. Pred's gone dead. 2, 2, 3, good night.
They said don't fight the system. They said stay quiet.
They were wrong. Lock in. We are exposing what so many have failed to. We are gonna show you what bar attorneys have hidden from all of us. Hundreds of thousands of children and twice that of parents have been lied to and walked down the road of termination. It's the death penalty. We're all of the protesters, the ones who fight for the rights of prisoners, dogs, illegal immigrants. Why aren't you coming to the aid of our children and families? Right here in America, every day a child per minute is kidnapped. And no one cares. We fight alone until today. CPS punishers mount up. Here comes the CPS Punisher. Anonymous tip, another lie from one of them. No warrant, no proof, just a badge and a grin. Stealing kids like trophies, thinking they'll win. Mama crying on the porch, daddy in the cage. System wrote the script, but the CPS Punisher just flipped the page. The educator they banned, I see every violation, every forged line. Every ex part, hearing every stolen time. One tap of the app and the truth ignites. Welcome to the CPS Punisher, now we can fight! CPS and the courts have lied to us all. The courts will not disgrace the family. CPS Punisher, here to avoid the chains and expose the game. CPS Punisher, the educator they never wanted you to find. Punisher, one tap and their empire cracks. We rise, we take our kids back. The app is called the CPS Punisher. I'm the cape in the shadows, the skull in the night, the binder full of secrets and weapons you all need. Ab initio, watch me void that lie. Fourth Amendment armor, watch the tyrants cry. Falsified drug test gone in a flash. I see Tebio, warrior, due process king. Every parent's hero when the hotline rings. I call it justice. Download the truth, now the system busts us. From the courtroom to the streets, hear the battle cry. The CPS Punishers arrive. Kiss your bar asses goodbye. They tried to silence us, now we're the loudest voice in the room. CPS Punisher, here to avoid the chains and expose the game. CPS Punisher, the educator they never wanted you to find. Punisher, the children never leave again. Punisher, families rise, we never look back. We now use the CPS Punisher. This ain't revenge, this is reunification. This ain't rage, this is resurrection. Open the app, step into the fight. You ready? CPS Punisher! The app you need when they took your kid. CPS Punisher! The truth they hid, now the truth gets lit. Punisher! Download the power, take back the throne. Punisher! You're never alone. CPS Punisher, the educator they never wanted you to find. Void complete, family restored. The bar is finished, the Constitution will prevail. Judges do what's right. Treason is your penalty. CPS Punisher! Here comes the CPS Punisher.